Tracing the salt on the edge of the sky, waiting for the stars to justify the lie. The air is a texture I can't quite define, losing the pulse in this cold empty life. The ceiling is lowering, the pressure is real, trading my spirit for the things I can't feel. Counting the seconds like pearls on a string, ignoring the weight of the wreckage we bring. So let the tide take the air from my lungs. I'm perishing in silence and biting my tongue. A silhouette frozen in layers of soul, finding a name for every hit it falls. I'm searching for light in a room made of lead, walking the path that the isolated trod. The static is singing a song I once knew, a chemical shadow of the red and the blue. We're stitching the words with a rusted out thread, feeding the monsters that live in my head. Is there a heartbeat beneath the stone, or are we just crowded but always alone? The ink is a stain on a tattered map, caught in the jaws of a psychological trap. Strength of perception, erase the design. I won't be the echo of a broken timeline. The foundation is shaking, the spirit is waking. Turn the veil, let the call begin. So let the tide take the air from my lungs. I'm speaking in silence and biting my tongue. A silhouette frozen in layers of soul, finding a name for every hit it falls. I'm searching for light in a room made of lead, walking the path that the isolated tread. I'm tracing the frost on the back of my eyes, a liquid devotion in a paper disguise. The oxygen's heavy, a violet hum, counting the moments until I go numb. We're weaving the static into a veil, where the spirit is bright and the body is frail. I memorize the rhythm of the sinking floor, searching for the echo of an open door. So rise. falling for the lies I've been told. I'm tracing the souls on the edge of the glass, watching the ghosts of my certainty pass. The ceiling is lowering, the air is await, leaving my spirit to negotiate. So let the tide take the air from my chest. I'm finally finding a permanent rest. industry product or a version of me. You're selling the cure, but you started the plague. The lines in the sand are becoming too vague. I'm pulling the thread just to see it unwind, leaving the rest of the world far behind. You want the glory, then carry the weight. I'm locking the door and I'm closing the gate. Frame the back, erase the design. I won't be the cog in your assembly line. The fever is breaking, the spirit is taken. Everything back from the lies you were faking. Let it go. I'm finding a pulse in the silence. I am the violence. So turn up the static until I go numb, to drown out the beat of the person I've become. The friction is fire, the horizon is gray. I'm watching the vibrant parts bleeding away. Give me a reason, or give me the blame. I'm tired of living in the mess that I made. The wallpaper is peeling back the skin of the room, revealing all the layers of the things I won't assume. I've been breathing in the carbon of a memory half erased, just to find the flavor of the time I let it go to waste. The floorboards are humming with a rhythm I don't know, a steady vibration of the seeds I refuse to sow. But there's a ghost in the frequency, glitch in the flame, calling out a version of me that doesn't have a name. I am the hollowed out echo of a melting one soul, learning how to dance in the middle of the fall. Give me something heavy, give me something real, before the static swallows everything masterpiece made of a beautiful stain, drowning in the rhythm of a digital rain. There is no sanctuary, there is no escape, just a silhouette of a world we can't reshape. The foundation shifts beneath the heavy name. I'm breathing in the ash of a dying flame. I trace my pulse until the skin started to tear. Lost in the silence of an unanswered prayer. We're carving out our lungs just to hold Vanishing, let the earth reclaim what I can't hold. I am a monument built on a fold, preserved by a heritage of salt. If the pillar breaks, let the sky crash down. I'd rather drown than wear a hollow crown. Break the cycle, or let the cycle break me. The atmosphere is thickening, a heavy blue haze. I've been mapping out the exit in the violet maze. My pulse is just a ripple in a stagnant sea, a quiet invitation to the ghost of me. I wore your expectations like a straw made of lead, feeding on the echoes of the things we never said. Wrap me in the silk of a fading dream. I'm splitting at the edges, I'm tearing at the seam. Is it cold in the light? Is it warm in the dark? I'm looking for a fire, but I'm missing the spark. is flickering under my skin, tracing the places where the ghosts settle in. I've memorized the hum of the cooling fan, the hollowed out blueprints of a broken man. The oxygen is heavy with the chemical sense, paying the price for the time that I spent. We're walking on glass in a room with no light, trying to find where the wrong becomes right. So turn up the static and let the light fade. I'm drowning in the beauty of the mess that we made. It's a neon devotion, a surgical grace, searching for truth in a digital space. I'm losing the feeling, I'm chasing the cold, trading my spirit for the things that were sound. Your voice is a glitch in the back of my head, a rhythmic reminder of the things that you said. We're worshipping shadows on a liquid display, watching the colors all bleed into gray. Is there a pulse in the center of the wire, or just the cold remains of a dying fire? We've built a horizon out of plastic and salt, finding a reason to ignore every fall. Shatter the face with the design, I won't be a cog in your timeline. The friction is gone, but the memory remains, like a phantom of blood in the artificial veins. You want the same, you want the machine, I'm just the static that lives in between. Kill the transmission, erase the vision. So turn up the static and let the light fade. I'm drowning in the beauty of the mess that we made. It's a neon devotion, a surgical grace. I'm searching for truth in a digital space. I'm losing the feeling, I'm chasing the cool, trading my spirit for the things that were sold. Perception side. I won't be ghost in your sight. From the core of the atom to the edge of the blue, find the resonance inside of you. Shatter the cycle, release the weight. It's never too early and it's never too late. Break. So drift through the wake of the violet sun, where the end and the origin are woven as one. I'm a prism of ice in a vacuum of gold, breaking the patterns that the universe told. If the shadow is heavy, then the light is the cure, making the fragile parts feel more pure. I'm chewing on the silence in a crowded room, just another flower that forgot how to bloom. The coffee's cold and the television's bright, feeding me the static in the middle of the night. I got a pocket full of nothing but the code, recycling the stories that have already been told. The ceiling's got a leak and the floor's starting to swell. I'm getting real cozy in my own little house. Go ahead and tarnish the sun for me. I'm exactly where I never wanted to be. Just a stain on the carpet, a crack in the glass, watching all the better days flicker and pass. I'm digging for gold, but I'm finding the rust, turning every promise into handfuls of dust. You're wearing that smile like a borrowed suit, but I can smell the rot inside the polished fruit. We're shaking hands while we're sharpening the blade, afraid to step out of the mess that we've made. The mirror's just a liar with a jagged edge, pushing every memory right off the ledge. I'm looking for a pulse in a heart made of tin, wondering where the hollow parts actually begin. Strap it back, let it bleed. Give me something more than the dirt that I need. I'm sick of the taste, I'm sick of the waste. Scrape the paint off my face. Just let me go, just let me